All right, race fans, let's talk about a big Thursday afternoon here at Delaware Park. We were fast and firm, beautiful weather. Hope you came out here and enjoyed some nice horse racing. Thanks to all our horsemen, fans, and bettors for supporting us on Thursday. The handle was strong, a little shy of 1.9 million. Let's get right to the racing action. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5, and we'd have some big action in the pick 5s on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. They bet over 38,000 into the early pick 5 on Thursday. Race 1, we're going a mile 70 yards on the main track, claiming 7,500 for 3-year-olds or 4 and up. Never won 3. Let's go to the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Thursday's opener.
Away and running. Good speed today from Bear Hunt. Deep on the track, Little Sebastian and Skinny Joey is right there too. And there goes the rail speed of Sir Banana Brian. So those 4 are quick in the opening furlong. So the early advantage goes to long shot Skinny Joey. Sir Banana Brian was in a little tight there as they swing left for the first of 2 times. And Bear Hunt's right there too. The yellow cap of Little Sebastian stacks him up across the track. And a distant 5th is Crab Cakes and Beer. Up the inside is Lucky Luke. The one who was slow to go is Blackwater Falls, and a distant last is Yes Point. They have 5.5 furlongs to go before they greet the judge in the first of the day, and Skinny Joey shows them the way. It's down to 3/4 of a length, but Little Sebastian with the money on is right there, getting ever so closer without being asked. Sir Banana Brian rides the rail into 3rd, and Bear Hunt's on a cozy hold in 4th. Crab Cakes and Beer comes under a loose rein with a half mile to go, but it's now grabbed the share of 3rd as they get ready to turn again. So Skinny Joey is bracing for the challenge of Little Sebastian and Crab Cakes and Beer. Sir Banana Brian continues to ride that rail. Bear Hunt's going to have to do better. Lucky Luke's coming alive. Blackwater Falls out in no man's land. And Yes Point's last of all. So there goes Crab Cakes and Beer. The second choice on the wagering board confronts the favorite Little Sebastian. And these two are 1-2 at the 3/16 pole. Homeward bound now, and Crab Cakes and Beer slowly slipping away. And leads by 1. Little Sebastian trying to fight on bravely, and it's a good battle for 3rd between Lucky Luke and Yes Point is rallying late on the scene. Here's the 16th pole. Crab Cakes and Beer is stopping, and Yes Point's gonna win it. Yes Point at 5-1 has scored the winning run. Little Sebastian 2nd, Crab Cakes and Beer in a photo for 3rd with Lucky Luke.
Jockey Julio Hernandez and Yes Point, they just kept coming and they ran down everybody in the final strides. The 5-year-old son of Point of Entry picks up his 3rd lifetime win. Wins for trainer Aaron McClellan. That was the 35th win of the meet for jockey Julio Hernandez. Yes Point went off 5-1 and paid $12.20 to kick off the early pick 5 on Thursday. Race 2 would start the early pick 4. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 7,500 for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. Let's see the action here from race 2.
Away and running. Terrible start for Alma Pura. Good speed today from Bolo de Crema, who breaks sharp. Sweet Summer Love, who had a bobble coming out of the gate, fights for 2nd with Bonds Bell and South Pacific, and that's the first quartet. Towards the outside, Wild Girl now picks off 5th in front of Amorica. Padrino's Gold was the one who was reluctant to load, and Alma Pura missed the break. Around the turn to the 3.5, and Bolo de Crema is bracing for the challenge of Bonds Bell, who tracks in hand in 2nd. Wild Girl is in a menacing mood on the far outside. Sweet Summer Love's in between rivals with that blue cap, and South Pacific rides that rail. 5 of them in contention with 440 yards left to go. Bola de Crema still controls the clock. Bonds Bell has had no excuses with the perfect trip. Wild Girl is out very deep on the track. They swing in, and Bola de Crema still holding on by 1. Bonds Bell continues to bridge that gap. Here's the blue cap of Sweet Summer Love, and Wild Girl is trying to close in 2, and Bonds Bell erupts now, dealing with Wild Girl, who probes up the paint, but Bonds Bell had the jump. Bonds Bell had the win at 9-5. To beat out Wild Girl, Bola de Crema and Padrino's Gold came flying home late.
The Blofelds, all they do is they just keep on winning. Bonds Bell, a 4-year-old daughter of Blofeld, a leading sire down in Maryland. Bondsbell wins, gets her second lifetime win. She wins for C&B Stables and trainer Charlie L. Frock. That's C&B Stables. That's for Charles and Barb Stables. So a big win here for the whole Frock family down there in Maryland. Nice winning ride. Martin Schwann. Bondsbell went off 9-5 and paid $5.60 to win race 2. Let's turn the page. Race 3 would kick off a pick 5. They'd bet almost $11,000 into the pick 5 starting race 3. We're going a flat mile on the main track, claiming $7,500 for 3-year-old fillies or filly mares 4 and up, never won 3. Let's check out the action from race 3.
Away and running. Slow to go is Pure Magic Girl. Missy Boss came out of her corner swinging today. Judas Cross is right there too, and Ribbons in her hair stalks the pace in third. So up and around the first turn they go. Judas Cross gets over to the inside at the 7 furlong point, and Missy Boss is glided off the fence under a very tight hold. And in that third place position, Ribbons in her hair. Next door to that one is Voodoo Priestess, and Pure Magic Girl is 4 wide for the back of the track run. So this pace is really methodical, and it's all Judas Cross trying to go as slow as she can, but they quickly start to get closer. Ribbons in her hair dons the green cap on the far outside, and Missy Boss is pulling hard for the first 3 furlongs under Yomar's hands. Then Voodoo Priestess stays towards the rail, and last of all is Pure Magic Girl. They race down to the 4 furlong stick, and it's still Judas Cross showing them the way, but it's only a neck at best as Missy Boss, the longest shot on the board, is outrunning those odds in second. Ribbons in her hair comes under a little bit of a loose rein and gets closer when the jockey asks for a bit more. Voodoo Priestess is in that 4th place position, and Pure Magic Girl still last of all. Midpoint of the second turn, Judas Cross continues the lead. Missy Boss continues the hound. Jamie gets after Ribbons in her hair, and she responds on the far outside. And Voodoo Priestess is a distant 5th as heads turn for home. Missy Boss gets her cue and leads by 1. Ribbons in her hair has every single chance to press on past. Voodoo Priestess tries to land 3rd inside the furlong grounds, and Missy Boss is in for the fight. Ribbons in her hair draws level and goes surging past in the concluding stages, and the 1-5 favorite gets it done. Ribbons in her hair got it by a half a length to beat Missy Boss, Voodoo Priestess, Judas Cross, and Pure Magic Girl.
It had been a while since Ribbons in her hair found the winner's circle, but the big class relief today was all she needed. The 5-year-old mare by Opportunity picks up her 3rd lifetime win. She wins for your leading trainer, Jamie Ness. That's the 45th win of the meet for the Ness Barn. It's also the 45th win of the meet for leading jockey, Jamie Rodriguez. Ribbons in her hair went off 1-5. She paid $2.40 to win race 3. Let's take a look at race 4. We'd start a pick 5 again in race 4. They bet over $11,000 into the pick 5 starting race 4. This is a real nice maiden special weight with some well-bred 2-year-old fillies going 7.5 furlongs on a firm turf course with the rail at 25 feet. Let's check out the action from race 4.
Away and running. A tangled start for Thuella. Blazing rail speed from Minister Confessor, who has an uncontested lead. Halo Hottie came away in second, and Auto Gnome skips over the firm saw to join third. Lueza teams up with her. Second to last is Rose Room, and a lackluster start leaves Thula at the back of the bus. So they go to the 6 furlong station, and it's Minister Confessor who shows the way at no less than 35-1 at last glance and leads by a length and a gray tail. Halo Hottie is right there chasing in that 2nd place position and passing the 5 furlong pole. Autonome stays towards the inside in 3rd. Lueza's tacked onto those 3 and now tries to claim 3rd. Rose Room is in 5th position and still quite a separation back to Thula, who has a lot of pace to chase as they go down the back of the track. So Minister Confessor continues to show them the way, and it's only a length and a quarter at best. Halo Hottie, the 4th choice on the wagering board, looms a dangerous presence on the far outside. Autonome continues to ride that rail. Lueza comes under a ride. Rose Room is a 5th place position and nothing today from Thuella. Here's the quarter pole for Minister Confessor, still holding on to a 1-length lead. Autonome is trying to probe up the paint. Halo Hottie's in the thick of it too. Rose Room is only in fourth as they turn for home. Minister Confessor under the gun now. And here comes the rail speed of Autonome. And here's Rose Room with a rail blitz. And on the far outside, Luez is closing in too. But Rose Room shot off the pace at 6-5. Rose Room in the Godolphin Blue has won by 3 again to beat Autonome, Minister Confessor, and Lueza.
The first-time starter, Rose Room, full of run in her debut, and no surprise, this is a well-bred, homebred for Godolphin and trainer Michael Stidham. She's by Go Sapper, and she has a half-sibling that made over $1 million and is a multiple graded stakes winner going long on the turf. So remember this name, Rose Room. She could be a real nice filly. She might be in a stake race in her second start. She went off 6-5 in her debut, and she wins and pays $4.60. Rose Room gives jockey Julio Hernandez his second win of the day. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of a real nice filly. Rose Room wins race 4 very impressively. Let's take a look at race 5. We kick off the late pick 5 starting race 5. They bet over 17,000 into the late pick 5 on Thursday. Race 5, we're going a flat mile on the main track, 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-old fillies or filly mares 4 and up that have never won 3. Those are the conditions here for race 5. Beautiful Bloom, number 5, a 3-year-old filly. She's won 3 races going against older horses that haven't won 3. So let's see what happens here in race 5.
Away and running. Meg's Foxy Gray was the first one to go. Mad for Maddie's right there too. There's the rail speed of Stress Reliever who's trying to squeeze on through. And Miss Ellery, the long shot, is right there too. Around the Paddock Grove turn they go. 3 of them are stretched across the course. And Meg's Foxy Gray comes away with a 3/4 length lead. Mad for Maddie is on hold in second. And Miss Ellery is going to have a wide trip today. Stress Reliever stays towards the inside, and Volatility was a little slow to go when the starter pressed the button. Gourmet is second last. And Beautiful Bloom gets a pace tug award to chase. So they point towards the 4.5 furlong point, and it's Meg's Foxy Gray who shows the way, but it's down only a neck at best, as Mad for Maddie chases the gray in that second place position, and Miss Ellery is going to be caught wide on both turns. Volatility's in between rivals while Stress Reliever's trying to find the out. Second to last is Beautiful Bloom, who's picked off 1, and Gourmet's last of all, but still a close-knit group turns again. So Meg's Foxy Gray's been under the gun, and Mad for Maddie comes calling for the lead. Miss Ellery, the second longest shot on the board, tries to strike the front. Beautiful Bloom gets closer in that green cap. No more to give his Volatility, and Gourmet tries to tack on past the quarter pole. Mad for Maddie, Miss Ellery, they're 1-2, and Beautiful Bloom sweeps up 3 wide and up the inside. Meg's Foxy Gray, 3 of them across the track, 200 yards left to go, and Beautiful Bloom has all this sweet outside momentum. Miss Ellery is running a huge race, and up the inside is Mad for Maddie, but with 50 yards to go, Beautiful Bloom at 3-1 is nicely clear. Beautiful Bloom has won it. Second was desperately close between Miss Ellery and Mad for Maddie. Gourmet was 4th.
And another Blofeld wins. Beautiful Bloom, a 3-year-old filly by Blofeld, a homebred for Chaz Blandford and owner Teresa Halt. Co-owner Teresa Halt, Anthony Pecoraro, the trainer of Beautiful Bloom. She was a stakes winner as a 2-year-old, and now she's rounding back into top form as a 3-year-old. She's undefeated with Lasix, and she's undefeated with jockey Carol Cedeno. Beautiful Bloom goes off 3-1, pays $8.20. She's now a 4-time winner from 12 starts. Nice ride there, Carol Cedeno. Beautiful Bloom, my best bet of the day, paid $8.20 to win race 5. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Beautiful Bloom. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 would kick off the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs in race 6, claiming 62.50 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 6.
Away and running. A touch slow was Gray Streak. Good speed today from Al Raj, who breaks from gate 1, but right next door to that one is Pentatonic. And Dance for Green came away a handy third. Johnny French Fry floats along in that 4th place position in the first opening furlong. Deep on the track is Mean Tweet. Second last is Remarkable Mo. And one of the fancier rivals in the wagering pool, Gray Streak, is faced with a daunting task. 4 furlongs to go. Pentatonic shows the way, but is tracked every step of the way by Dance for Green as they circle the side. A distant third on the outside is Ah Raj, and up the inside is Johnny French Fry. 3 lanes down is Mean Tweets, then Remarkable Mo, and Gray Streak is not having an effort today. Here's the quarter pole. Dance for Green now takes over the lead, but Ah Raj is poised to pounce on this leader in second, and Pentatonic rides that rail, and Johnny French Fry saves ground. They're into the stretch, and here comes Ah Raj, who takes over the lead. Battling on is Dance for Green, and Johnny French Fry continues to scrape the paint inside the furlong pole, and Ah Raj is kicked away by 1. Johnny French Fry is getting closer, draws level. Johnny French Fry in the nick of time beat Ah Raj, Dance for Green, and Pentatonic.
Johnny French Fry, the 5-year-old son of Malibu Moon, picks up his 8th lifetime win. Wins for owner-trainer Kieran McGee. Nice ride by the 10-pound apprentice Brenton Arnold. He's now a perfect 2 for 2 on the 5-year-old Johnny French Fry, who went off 3-2 and paid $5 to win race 6. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of Johnny French Fry. Let's turn the page here. Race 7, the big feature of the day to kick off the final pick 3. Race 7 is the Delaware Certified Thoroughbred Program Sussex Showcase. It's a $50,000 allowance race for Delaware Certified 3-year-olds and upward. We're going 7.5 furlongs on a firm turf course with the rail at 25 feet. Let's check out the action from the Thursday feature.
Away and running. Good speed on the outside from Delawareparkshow, who's going to have an uncontested lead. Poppy's Revenge is right there too. An Elusive Image came away a handy third. Sam Stormy is a part of the front flight of runners as well. Tall Order corners 5th. Magical Mondays is off the fence in 6th. Crabs and Beer has 1 beaten, and Stellar Loot is last of all. So it's Delawareparkshow, the Sussex Showcase, shows the way by a length and a tail, but Elusive Image is right there, not letting this one get away with an easy lead. The mouth's wide open on Poppy's Revenge, who passes the 5 furlong pole in that 3rd place position and is climbing hard under the rider's hands. Sam Stormy is a comfortable 4th. Up the inside, Tall Order shares 5th with an outside challenge that is Magical Mondays. Deep on the track, Crabs and Beer starts a middle move, and last of all is Stellar Loot. Down to the 3.5 furlong they go, and Delawareparkshow continues the lead as the public's pick shows away by a length and a half. Elusive Image has hounded his speed every step of the way. Sam Stormy is coming with a nice stride on the far outside, and Poppy's Revenge continues to scrape the paint, and Crabs and Beer is right there too. Here's the quarter pole for Delawareparkshow coming back to the face of the field. Sam Stormy has all kinds of pace on the far outside. Heads turn for home. Sam Stormy kicks for the money. Delawareparkshow tries to find a second wind. Crabs and Beer's a gray blur in the stretch. Elusive Image had a tap on the brakes. Here's the 16th pole for Sam Stormy, who's still giving plenty. Crabs and Beer getting closer. Time is up. Sam Stormy's 21-1 to beat Crabs and Beer. Magical Mondays. Elusive Image and Delawareparkshow in a photo for 4th.
Sam Stormy, the 5-year-old son of Get Stormy, gets his 5th lifetime win. All 5 of his wins have come on the turf. Sam Stormy gives jockey Carol Sedania her 2nd win of the day, gives trainer Giovanni Salinas his 2nd win of the meet. Sam Stormy went off a big 21-1. He paid $44.60 to win race 7. Here's the action on the pick 5s. The early pick 5 that paid out race 5, that only paid $289, but all the other ones would pay a lot bigger. The pick 5 that started race 3 and ended race 7, that pick 5 paid $923.10. Congratulations if you had that, and congratulations to all the winning connections of Sam Stormy, a big upset winner in the Sussex Showcase, the feature of the day. Let's take a look here at race 8. We kick off the final daily double here in race 8. We're going 6 furlongs, $32,000 starter allowance, optional claiming $40,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Scratch to once, we'd have a 5-horse field. The 2 Spike Zone would be a heavy favorite in this race for trainer Jamie Ness and Jamie Rodriguez. Let's see what happens here in race 8.
Away and running. Missing the start and standing in the gate was number 2, Spike Zone. Golden Candy was the first one to go. Brother Conway now taking over the lead, and Karen's Notion came away in third. And last of the contending group was Paradise Valley, and Spike Zone blew it at the start. So it's Brother Conway down to the 4.5 to show the way by a long neck, but Golden Candy is right there upping the stakes in second. And Karen's Notion is 3 wide for the far turn run, and Paradise Valley is last of all, so those are the 4 inside the 3. And Brother Conway continues to lead, and it's a long neck at best. Golden Candy breathing down that rival's neck in second. Karen's Notion deep on the track with no excuses today, and Paradise Valley is in hand and looking for the split. Still 4 contenders at the quarter pole, and Brother Conway has an onslaught of challengers, and the first one to zoom on past is Karen's Notion. They're homeward bound, and Karen's Notion hits the front at 6-1. Paradise Valley is now starting to close in with those long gray strides, and Golden Candy has no more to give. Karen's Notion holding on by 1. Now closing in is Paradise Valley, but is second best to Karen's Notion. To beat Paradise Valley, Golden Candy, Brother Conway, and Spike Zone.
Trouble at the start for the heavy favorite Spike Zone. He turned his head and didn't break on Thursday at Delaware Park. He was ruled a starter, and so no refunds. He didn't break, but that's all right. The 8-year-old Karen's Notion, my top pick in this race, wins for owner, breeder, and trainer Nancy Heil. The 8-year-old's done a great Notion, now a 7-time winner. He's made about $500,000 for Nancy Heil. She's done a great job with this 8-year-old. Nancy Heil, a good trainer down in Maryland. She's been around for a long time. She had Fighting Notion years ago in the Preakness, so I want to say finished 3rd or 4th in the Preakness. So great ride by Carol Cedeno, who picks up her 3rd win of the day. She gave Karen's Notion a perfect ride. Karen's Notion went off 6-1 and paid $14.80 to win race 8. Let's turn the page here. Race 9, we're going 6 furlong. The pick 5 that paid out in race 8, that paid over $9,600. Congratulations if you had that pick 5 that paid over $9,600 that paid out in race 8. Don't worry, they get even bigger as we look at the late pick 5 here in race 9. Race 9 is going 6 furlongs. It's claiming $10,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Haven't won since February or never won 4 are the conditions here for race 9. Let's check out the action from the Thursday finale.
Away and running. Good speed on the inside for Dunphy today, but there's the early speed of Leonides. Now, Living Water's deep on the track trying to chime on in. So as they settle down, Living Water and Leonides fight for early supremacy. And now deep on the track in the red cap is Practical Coach in 3rd. Disturbed is coming alive on the far outside, and deep on the track is Full Irish. Then you have Dunphy in between rivals My Man Woody. And with the money on, Play Harder's going to have to close from last and go wide. 3.5 furlongs to go. Living Water struts his stuff and leads by 1. But Practical Coach looms on the outside, and so does Full Irish, and the rail is wide open for Leonides today. Now Practical Coach drops away in 4th. My Man Woody rides that rail over Disturbed, and the favorite's dead last. Play Harder as this field turns to the top of the stretch. Now Living Waters holding on by a nose, and here comes Leonides with that inside trip. Full Irish tries to dig deep, and Practical Coach has this mid-track momentum, and Practical Coach hits the lead and goes straight to the top. Disturbed moves into 2nd. Leonides has no more to give. Practical Coach has won it. Over Disturbed, who was 2nd, Leonides 3rd, and My Man Woody was closing late.
Practical Coach, a 6-year-old son of Practical Joe, gets his 10th lifetime win. He's made a bunch of money, way over $300,000 in career earnings for Practical Coach, who hadn't run since late May, but wins first off the claim for Michael Pino. Nice claim there, Michael Pino. Practical Coach went off 9-2 and paid $11.20. Practical Coach gave jockey Julio Hernandez his 3rd win of the day. Julio is your second leading rider with 37 wins at the meet. So congratulations to Julio Hernandez and jockey Carol Cedeno that both won 3 races on Thursday. Here's the big story about race 9. If you hit the late pick 5 with Practical Coach winning race 9, the late pick 5 paid $14,685.35. It was one ticket that took down the whole pool. Congratulations if you had it. That's a real nice score in the late pick 5. I was 4 out of 5 in the late pick 5. I'll try to do better. One of these days I'll hit for 5 out of 5 on one of these big pick 5s. Let's get a quick break. I have a nice best bet and price play to tell you about for Friday. We'll get to that right after this. Okay, let's talk about my best bet and price play for Friday, August 8th here at Delaware Park. My best bet is going to come in race 4. That's a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs on the main track. We kick off the late pick 5 in race 4. It's a 7-horse field, and I think the 6, Senna from the Brett Brinkman barn, is an absolute lock in this race. Jamie Rodriguez, your leading jockey, rides this 2-year-old filly by Gunrunner. She's out of an Into Mischief mare, so some solid breeding here for this filly. And she ran a real big race in debut late June at Churchill Downs in a maiden special weight going 6 furlongs on the main track. The purse was $118,000. It was a big 8-horse field, and this filly went off about 5-1, so I like that. Had some encouragement on the wagering board, and she was head and head for the lead around the far turn, got in front by a length and a half, turning for home, just got caught in the final 16th of a mile, finished a real big second, only beaten 3 lengths. They ran fast that day, 1:10-1 for 3/4. Senna earned a big 62 Beyer speed figure. That's by far the highest Beyer speed figure of any other filly in this race. She has a nice outside post with early speed. She'll get a dream trouble-free trip with your leading rider, Jamie Rodriguez. 7-horse field. She's 3-2 morning line. That'd be a decent price if we can get it. I have a feeling this filly might get hammered and go off about 3-5, but I think she'll be a reliable key horse on the early pick 5 and the middle pick 5 that starts race 3, and then the late pick 5 that starts in race 4. So I think the 6 Senna can be a reliable key horse on all those multi-race wagers. My price play will come in race 3. That's a claiming $16,000 for 3-year-olds or 4 and up. Never won 2. 7.5 furlongs on the turf. And I like the 4 Country Charlie from the Kelly Dieter barn. Martin Shawan rides this 5-year-old who has some early speed on the turf. He's never won on the turf, but he's run some big races before on the turf right here at Delaware Park. Last time they were going 1 mile 70 yards on a good turf course. He went to the front, got tired in the final 1/8 of a mile, finished 5th, only beaten a length and a half. But this horse ran a real big second last June here at Delaware, going 7.5 furlongs on a good turf course. Just got beat ahead that day with a 71 Beyer speed figure. I think he's going to get a firm turf course on Friday. I think this 7.5 furlong distance on the turf is his perfect distance. He gets Martin Shawan, one of our top riders, to ride for Kelly Dieter. 6-1 morning line on the 4 Country Charlie. That's my price play of the day. in race 3 for Friday. So thanks again to all our horsemen, fans, and bettors for supporting us on Thursday. Handle pretty good, a little shy of 1.9 million for the handle on Thursday. We'll do even better tomorrow on Friday. Have a great night. Thanks again, everybody. We hope to see you on Friday.
There's only one.